Hey bitches, this is Tom coming to you from Shanghai, and I'm here for my first prediction video. So I'm going to go who I think is going to qualify. This is based on the studio versions and the performances I've seen before, so these are my pre-rehearsal predictions. This is not my top 10. So let's kiki! Timestamps down the bottom in case you want to skip to a certain part. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. So, stat class is on. This is my analysis. It's a sneak peek of what I'm going to be talking about. So just to clarify, this is in no particular order. So first of all, let's talk about some of the things that I'm going to take into consideration. So I've done an analysis of each semi-final slot. Interesting trivia. Since the two semi-final systems started in 2008, how many times has the first half of the semi beaten the second half of the semi in terms of qualifications? The answer is 2, and both of those were last year. So prior to last year, the first semi-final had never beaten the second semi-final. Just to clarify, in any semis with an odd amount of entries, I eliminated the middle one. But despite that reversal of fortune from last year, if you look at the stats, there's a lot of red in the first half. So the current score is 12 wins to the first half, 8 draws, 2 wins to the second half. So you're much more likely to qualify if you're in the second half. Let's also take into account all of the countries' qualification record. You know, obviously this is not a pure science. The qualification record of a country is going to sum up the quality of the songs, their performance, the production, their neighbourly voting, and a ton of luck as well. And then also I'm going to be considering the studio cuts, any live performances we've seen before, and the music videos. And then obviously with the OJE results, which gives an idea of the support for a song from the fandom. The first thing I went through all 17 entries, and I picked out my definite qualifiers, my maybes, and my definite non-qualifiers. I have 6 definite qualifiers. My first definite qualifier is Cyprus. Not too much to say about this. It's a quality song. She's a very seasoned performer. She's going to get 24 points from Greece and quite a few points from Georgia as well. The juries are going to respect this. It's quality. This is very safe. My second definite qualifier is Greece. So Katarina Dusko is coming with a really quality song. Juries are going to lap this up. From the televote, they're going to get 24 points from Cyprus. And this is in the second last slot, which has a 77% qualification record, which is way higher than the average. We've seen the music video, it's got really splendid visuals, so I really can't see them messing this up. Okay, my third pick is Czech Republic. Now, this might be a bit surprising because I didn't put them in my personal top 10, but I'm very conscious that this is a style of music that it has quite a broad mainstream appeal. It really reminds me of Daft Punk. There's nothing else that really sounds like it this year. Their music video was very slick and had quite a clear concept. And I've seen a couple of live performances and Albert's just really competent. So I think they're going to let the boys do their own thing and then just kind of neaten it up. And I think that's a pretty good recipe when you let the artists express themselves the way they want to. So I'm pretty confident this is going to qualify. So my fourth definite qualifier is Iceland. So they're in the 13th slot, which is definitely not an unlucky one. It has the 5th highest qualification record. And just on the basis of the song alone, I think this is going to be very divisive, which will probably hurt their jury vote. But with the new jury system, it's harder to rank someone down. You can't drag down their overall score as much as you could with the old system. On top of that, the televote is based solely on whether you like a song or not. You can't vote a song down. So all this needs to do is elicit a reaction to get a high televote. And that's where Iceland, I think, is going to get a lot of points. So I'm sure this is going to qualify. I'll be absolutely devastated if it doesn't. Okay, so my 5th definite qualifier is Serbia. So if we look at their historical ranking. So if we look at Serbia in their 9 semis, they've never been outside the top 11. They've got Montenegro, which is going to guarantee 24 points. And they'll also get points from Slovenia. Juries are going to like this because it's a safe, reputable song. It's a good quality Balkan ballad. There's nothing risky here, but that's where you get a lot of points with the jury. Serbia never really tend to mess up their staging, so I'm pretty sure that this is going to go through. And my last definite qualifier, it's not definite, but you know, when I say definite, I mean greater than 90% chance, is Slovenia. I think it's more wishful thinking. I'm putting this in my definites instead of my maybes because it's in the 5th slot, which doesn't have a terrible qualification record, but it's not the best. It's still in the first half. Slovenia have only qualified 4 of 11 times, but really when it comes down to it, they don't usually have a song of this quality. I think the juries will really respect this. Juries are told to give points for originality. This is definitely going to have that. I'm confident that if they replicate the performance from the national final, they'll get a lot of points from the juries. The concern about maybe the general public not feeling this, I think this has a very gentle quiet ambience, a lot like Salvador Sobral did. And I thought people wouldn't react to that, and they did. You know, that song could be perceived as boring, but it won the televote. I think if Slovenia are effective in creating the mood the same way Salvador did, they actually won't do too bad with the televote. So those are the 6 I'm very confident about. Now, let's go to the 3 people I definitely don't think are going to make it. First of all is Montenegro. Montenegro's song is absolutely horrible. It's in the 2nd slot, which is the 2nd worst qualification. They've got Serbia, but I don't even think Serbia will give them 24 points, and that's saying something. The song is so dated, it's just such a mess. I just don't think that you can salvage this to any degree. Even if they get the staging perfect, which the music video and the national performance suggests that they won't, the best this can do is maybe 15th, 14th. So this is a definite, this is not happening for me whatsoever. My second no is going to be from Georgia. I understand the meaning of this song is quite deep, it's got a very patriotic feel, but it just feels like it's made for a domestic audience. This song isn't made for an international audience. It's not accessible in terms of the melody or the style of singing or the fact it's in Georgian. So unless you're willing to like really delve into what it means, which the majority of people watching the semi-finals aren't going to be bothered to do, you just kind of feel left out. He's a good performer, he's very intense, but I think some people are going to find that intensity off-putting. Georgia don't particularly bring good staging. There's no Russia in the semi-final, there's no Armenia. I can't see this coming through. My third non-qualifier is Belarus. Belarus have a pretty poor qualification record, 4 from 11. They're in the 8th slot, which only has a 50% qualification record, which is pretty poor. The song is fine, it's not bad quality. It's very repetitive towards the end. The visuals in the national final looked a lot like Microsoft Windows screensaver. Belarus just don't have a big diaspora. They got no Russia here. They have no Ukraine. I think this song is more suited to junior Eurovision. I think it's going to appeal to the young people a lot, but I just don't think there's enough young people to bring this into the final. And the average age of the jury this year is 40. I just don't think this song is going to appeal to an average age of 40-year-olds. So that leaves us Finland, Poland, Hungary, Belgium, Australia, Estonia, Portugal, and San Marino. So there's 8 left. Oh god. Okay, so of those 8, I need to pick 4 who are going to make it and 4 who aren't. It's really hard to make these decisions with your mind and not with your heart, because, you know, if it was my heart, Portugal would definitely be going in. But so these 8 maybe songs, I can see all of these qualifying, but I don't want to sit on the fence. I'm going to give you my current belief on which will qualify and which won't, based on pre-rehearsal information. Okay, well, let's start from the start. Finland. I'm gonna say for Finland, no, and that's gonna be based on, there's fors and against. The fors is he's got name recognition, the song is inoffensive, it's actually got a quite relevant topic, which I think will appeal to some televoters. The structure of the song is safe enough that jurors won't mark it down, so it's inoffensive. It's got the 3rd slot though, which is the worst slot in the whole competition. On top of that, they haven't really got much Scandinavian help. They've got Estonia, there's no Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Latvia, or Lithuania. So all their mates are gone. So I think this will be close, but I don't think this is going to make the cut. Okay, coming to Poland, I find Poland a really, really difficult one. The style is very esoteric. The type of singing is called white singing. It's common in Eastern Europe, but there aren't that many other Eastern European countries in this group. They've got Belarus. I'm not sure if this music is prevalent in Hungary, Czech Republic, and Slovenia, but if it's not, then I think they're going to struggle to get a cultural support for this. You know, this song has grown on me. I just think too many people are going to find it very off-putting, and I don't think they've made it accessible enough from everything I've seen so far. Poland has a great diaspora, but that didn't help them last year. They didn't qualify then, and they've only qualified 5 and 9 times, so that diaspora is not as reliable as you think it is. Add on to that they're in the 4 slot near the start. Generally, one song will qualify from the first 4. Every once in a while there's 2, and very rarely there's 3. There's never been 4 out of 4 from the first 4, which is pretty telling. A couple of occasions there's been 0. I think Cyprus is going to take that qualification spot from the first 4 songs, and I think Poland is really going to fall victim to having a bad draw this year. Okay, so let's talk about San Marino. The final song in the semi has a 19 of 22 record, which is 86%. This song is fun. I think once people get to the 17th song, they're usually going to be a little bit fatigued from having watched 16 before, and this song is quite brainless in a positive way. It's fun, minimal stress, minimal thinking. San Marino have a dismal qualification record, and they also don't have Italy voting for them in this semi. Having said that, Serhat is Turkish. I know some Turkish people are seeing this as their entry this year. Bring back Turkey. So I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't think this is in the bookies, but I'm going to predict this is going to be qualified based on the Turkish diaspora, the fun, brainless element of the song, and the fact that it's got the best slot in the whole semi. But I really wanted to qualify, so I don't know if I'm just making up stuff to kind of reassure myself. Speaking of reassuring myself, let's discuss Portugal. I find this one really, really difficult. I think juries will respect it for its originality, but I also, if you look at the comments from our reaction video, it's very love or hate. Some people think of this as art, and other people just think of it as just a bunch of noise. And so I see it being high up in people's ranking, but I also see it being quite low as well in some of the juries. Now, again, the new system means you can't drag down songs as much, which encourages experimentation. This new system might be the difference between qualification and not qualifying maybe 3 or 4 years ago. In terms of the televote, we've got Spain here. They've got a fantastic slot. Number 15 is really laid on in the second semi, so there's going to be a lot of viewers. I think the performance is going to be very striking and memorable, which is very important for a televote. The national performance was already very high standard, and I think they'll have cleaned that up. The thing that worries me about this is the bookies. Bookies are not decided by men in a room. Bookies is the public gambling. It's a supply and demand thing. If there's a huge demand for a country, the odds go down. If there's none, it goes up. So people aren't betting on this. That's why the odds are high. That worries me a little bit. It did get points in the OJE, not as many as I thought. I'm going to say this is going to qualify, but I feel like I'm just so biased. All of the maybes will be so much clearer once you've seen the rehearsals. We'll be able to make a more informed decision because it just depends what they're actually bringing. We haven't seen the finished product yet. Okay, so I've got 8 in and I've got 5 out. Okay, let's talk about Hungary. Hungary, I think, is very borderline for me. We look at their qualification record, they're on an 8 in a row streak. He qualified second in his semi-final last time. This song isn't that much worse. As I said in my reaction video, he's a very interesting person. The song it's got a nice ethnic ballad feel. You'll notice that in the running order, they've split up all the foreign language songs. So it's foreign language English, foreign language English. This semi is absolutely jam-packed full of foreign songs, whereas the other semi only has one. I don't think a song in a foreign language has as much weight as it would in the second semi. That's going to be an advantage for Albania, which is going to help it stand out. Not so much here. But if you look at the qualification record, it's 8 in a row. They're in the later portion of the first half, which tends to get better results. Jose Papai is going to come with a lot of experience. He's probably going to be using the same team as before. It'll come down to the staging, but I think at this point in time, I think this will make it through. But I gotta be honest, if it doesn't, I wouldn't be massively surprised, but I would expect it to be coming 11th or 12th if it doesn't make the cut. Oh god. I've only got one place left. Belgium, Australia, Estonia. I can only put one of those through. Oh god, that's really difficult. Okay. I'm going to call Australia not making it. The reason for that is they don't do well in the televote. They usually do really well with the juries. I don't think that this song is as much jury-based as their previous entries, which were really solid pop songs. This is a little bit more risky alternative. If you don't like opera, you're not really going to like this. And then the latter, if you do like opera, the latter half isn't really opera. It's a mishmash of songs which might work against it. This does seem to have a lot of support. I still think there's too much of this silly, like, Australia's not in Europe thing when it comes to the televote, and I think that that's going to hurt this. Now, that could change. If they go really wacky and fun with the staging, I think people might find this quite joyous. It's quite high up on the odds, so I am going against the grain, but I'm going to guess that this is going to be Australia's first non-qualification. I do feel a bit biased because I'm not mad about this song, so I find it hard to see the appealing factors in it. It's the first of that group of 6 good songs, and I don't think all 6 of those are going to make it. Oh, 2 songs left. It's Belgium versus Estonia. A battle for the ages. Who will win? Okay, well, I'll say my pros and cons. So, Belgium didn't qualify last year. They flopped their staging. The music video doesn't give me much hope. It wasn't great. He's very young. He's 18. Now, that was okay for Blanche, but she had a much better song. You know, as I said in my music video, I love the verses, I don't like the chorus. If he can distract from the chorus, that could work in his favour. It's got the 10th slot, which is going to be one of the first ones after the ad break. Now that tends to have quite a bad record. For Estonia, the song, it's got an Avicii feel, it's a bit generic. He's a Swedish singer, but Sweden aren't in the semi to vote for him. In a similar vein to Finland, there aren't very many friends here. It comes later in the draw, which is going to favour it a little bit. I think this song is okay, but I was massively distracted by that storm thing. I thought it was very cool. I don't think they're going to have that in Tel Aviv, and I think that's one of the reasons why the song is going to lose a lot of its oomph. So for that reason, I'm going to send Belgium through and Estonia home. But if Estonia can bring out something really wow, I think that could very much be reversed. Oh, that was difficult. Oh god, that felt like Sophie's Choice. I've done it though. I've done my predictions. This is obviously pre-rehearsals. Lots of stuff can change. I am going to watch the rehearsals this year. What I'm going to do is once I've done both my prediction videos, I'm going to start watching the daily recaps on Eurovision's YouTube channel, and I'll do a little video with just some quick reactions to all of them, just to get a feel for who's hitting the nail on the head and who's missed the mark, and that'll help me with my final predictions. Hopefully I can give more accurate ones. So I'm super interested to who you guys think are going through. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I think it'd be fun if with my final prediction video we all put our predictions in and I can do out like a spreadsheet and we can see who got the best score. So leave your predictions down in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on another Eurovision prediction video very soon. Goodbye.